Hello, my name is Monica Brady-Meyerov, and I am the founder and CEO of Listen Current, and we are teaching students to listen with the power of public radio. Few educational tools are directed at listening skills, despite research shows that listening comprehension is very closely tied to reading comprehension and thus student outcomes. We're addressing this gap by taking already aired public radio stories and making them readily available in the classroom with wraparound lesson plans. We have 3 products for our platform: Listen Lessons, and then a Listen Assessment tool, which we're building, as well as a project-based curriculum around making your own public radio style stories. New standards are encouraging schools to look for listening solutions because the Common Core has now elevated it to an anchor standard of speaking and listening. The PARCC test is expected to test listening in 2017, and the state test in Texas is testing listening. These are all drivers for our business. In addition, the digitization of education you're all well aware of. So when you have a product that is aligned to the Common Core and on a very easy-to-use platform, there are a lot of doors opening for it. And finally, real-world relevance. Teachers are always looking for ways to make their content relevant to students because research shows when it matters to them, they learn better. And students love listening to public radio, and so do the teachers, and they both really love this product. So you're all familiar with the size of the digital education market in K-12. We're addressing 2 segments of it with our Listen Lessons and our assessment platform. But we really see the market as bigger than this. It can go into SES, special education, higher education, English as a second language. We launched last fall and with a product for middle school science and social studies, and we immediately heard from English teachers who were struggling to find good nonfiction content for their classroom, which is also now required by the Common Core. So we've expanded to include English language arts, and we have we also expanded to the high school level. And we added a platform that allows for student personalization and student logins, and the teachers can personalize the lessons. So here's how it works. We are finding public radio stories that are compelling, apolitical, objective, and then we're wrapping these resources around it for the teachers to make it very simple to use in the classroom. We have a unique focus on listening skills, and we plan to take listening to the next level and build a listening assessment level similar to the Lexile level of reading. We're working with a cognitive scientist on that project. We also have unique agreements with public radio producers, including NPR, WBUR, and others, and that's due to my unique relationships in the field. And we have a lot of versatility in what we do because one story can be used by different age groups, subject matters, learning styles. We're seeding the market with a free product, and that is serving as lead generation to our paid district subscription product for districts and schools. Now, I know that a lot of education tools are freemium to premium, but we've got this figured out, and because we know we're hitting teachers where they love the content and they need the platform to be able to personalize the learning to students on any sort of mobile device or any way that they're learning. And then we'll be expanding our share of the wallet by adding our additional products. We've seen tremendous traction since we launched last year, and we continue to see growth. We have about 3,500 teachers on the platform, and we're seeing 20% monthly growth with that. We've also sold to 22 schools and districts for subscriptions and have a 90% conversion rate of a trial to a paid subscription. So we're the team that can get this done. My experience has been in reporting, producing public radio, and leading newsrooms, and our COO has 15 years in education technology experience. We've also won numerous awards and are an alum of the LearnLaunch Accelerator in Boston. So we've just closed a seed round, and we're here to look for channel and distribution partners. So I hope you'll all come and find me and learn more about Listen Current and see what it looks like in the showcase. And thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, Monica. That's very good. Did you say you've got a 90% conversion rate?
Yes. Now it was 10 schools and districts that tried it in the fall and 9 purchased subscriptions. Right. So it's small because we're new. But we're still seeing a lot of good conversion, even with a new set of trials right now. We have a very defined trial process, and we continue to keep it continues to be high. It doesn't retain the 90% from last year yet, but we're still in the process.
I could just follow up then with the freemium premium principle. What's in the freemium and what's in the premium?
The freemium gives you the teacher resource. You can play the audio and use the lesson plan as a flat teacher playing it in front of the class. The platform gives you the student logins, the personalization, interactive transcripts. We're adding ELL features that we think are going to be a good market driver. So it gives you what a digital classroom needs.
Okay, thanks.
You mentioned briefly Lexile levels. How do you deal with the different vocabulary levels in the classroom?
Well, research shows that you can listen at 2 to 3 grade levels higher than you can read. So you're actually challenging the students much more by giving them something to listen to, which if you handed them the print, they might just get stopped in their tracks. So it's all about inferencing and contextualization of the listening that allows students to absorb much content at a much higher level.
And how many stories do you run a day?
We provide current events every single day that we change, and that comes with a lesson plan light, just some discussion questions, do now questions. And then we have a library of 150 lesson plans at the moment, which we're in the process of doubling for our content-based lesson plans.
What does the use case, Stephen touched on this a little bit, what does the use case look like in the classroom? Are the teachers kind of logging in every day? Do they do a unit on kind of radio? Or?
So we've seen both. So and actually we've seen teachers do 2 things. One, they log in every day to see what is the current event, how does it tie into what I'm teaching? Or they say, I'm teaching the Chinese Exclusion Act next week, and I need a full lesson plan on that, and I want to activate my students' interest and knowledge with public radio. So we've surveyed our teachers, and they tend to use both equally.
And your partnership with NPR, so you're kind of scooping existing content they have and
Right.
wrapping it around.
We're not making it, correct.
Right. And have they ever, is there any kind of content they can create with you in mind? Is that something
Well,
that
there's
they've been
content
talking
I'd
about?
like to create with them in mind. I think there are a lot of ways of back and forth. I mean, public radio's mission is to educate. Our mission is to educate. So we have shared goals, and we're definitely going to be working with them and other public radio stations around that.
Thank you.
Just one quick question.
Yeah.
Do kids ever use their own devices for this? You show
Yes,
them all at school
it's a
devices.
phone, tablet-based. You can use it anyway.